Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day wherein I have running around in my lap a little hamster, and I feel just absolutely terrible, and I really do. I reached into his cigarette box, and I grabbed him. Not rudely. I mean, I woke him up so he could see me and hear me and smell me, but I reached into his house and I pulled him out because I wanted to show him off, and I really do feel bad about that because it's simple. Might makes right. And might makes right is not right. I mean, that's the way it is in nature. I mean, if he was out in the wild, he'd be eaten by something or such, and that's essentially might makes right. So, but he doesn't live in that environment, and I don't provide that horrific environment, so might makes right bugs me when I do that. So he's a fuzzy little guy, and I really like him. It's Dr. Snurf, but I'm going to put him away so he can go back to sleep in his little cigarette box, which isn't a little cigarette box. I mean, it's a carton that one of my housemates had bought a carton of cigarettes in. So, thumbs up for that. Oh boy, it's just cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha as I'm watching in the webcam software. Thumbs up, a series of still shots. Thumbs up for that. I went only a small walkies last night, though. I walked just down to the local Safeway and then back and bought some stuff to drink, bought a soda, bought another container of almond milk because that's good. I'm almost completely out of food stamp money and it's now halfway through the month, so we'll see what happens there. Yeah, I literally have no idea as how much money I have left, so it ain't much. I need to spend as much as I can to get as much cheap calories to store in the freezer.
Daddy, it's a man with a light bulb head.
Avert your eyes from his gaze, Junior, and we may yet be safe.
But Daddy, it's you.
Like the frozen burritos and frozen chimichanga things, they're not terribly terrible for you. I mean, they're not wonderful, but they're at least edible. And you can either buy a small amount of healthy calories or a larger amount of not so healthy and eat for days and days. So gotta buy what I can buy. It's still intensely snowy. I mean, not snow really, it's ice. Well, it's not even really ice. It's the snow that's just been slowly melting, but it's not compacted into ice, but it's not loose like snow anymore. It's packed snow without being ice, but it's hard to walk on because it doesn't compact anymore without being solid like ice, so it still crumbles and falls and slips and slides, and it's ugh. So it's not going to be raining anymore, or snowing anymore. Snowing anymore because it started raining, of course. And I had to carry heavy stuff in one hand and heavy stuff in the other hand, and yet hold the umbrella up too. So I've got, when I walk, I carry stuff using physics. I don't grab like handles with my, plastic bags with my fingers. I put them through my wrist through the holes, and then the thing dangles off your wrist, and it can't fall if you just dangle it off because it goes around your wrist, and it would have to go through your wrist for it to fall. No can do. So I just let these things dangle off my hands. Well, that doesn't really work when you've got to lift one of them up and hold an umbrella. So I had to try and tuck my arm in as much as possible to keep the dangling weight is close to my center of gravity instead of pulling me over. Ugh. Fun. But still, I got at least a little walkies in, even if I couldn't go full walkies. I ran across somebody that alcohol is terrible. Absolutely terrible. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to name families, but I ran across last night somebody that I know in town, and he's been fighting alcoholism for, well, the entire time I've been in Shelton. And he's been hospitalized for pancreatitis for it. He's fallen and broken his fingers and hands. He just can't stay sober, and it's terrible. It's terrible. He's younger than me, and if it doesn't stop, I don't see him being able to keep his, I mean, he's lost jobs. I'm amazed he has a family, and I'm amazed he's still alive. I can only hope he gets this under control. Alcohol is terrible. I mean, if you're one of those people that's not an alcoholic, alcohol is fine. Moderate drinking, you know, as long as you're not binge drinking, as long as you're not drinking all the time, there's nothing wrong with drinking. I mean, I enjoy watching Fact Fiend with Carl Smallwood, and every Friday is a drinking video where he and his camera guy, who does a lot of talking but behind the scenes, they just drink. And they're drinking beer or they're drinking hard alcohol. I mean, he drinks in a lot of videos, and they just turned 28, so that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that in your 20s to drink a lot. When you're in your 30s, that's not so good. You don't want to be drinking quite that much. And especially if in your 40s, you really don't want to be drinking all that much. I mean, back in the good old days that all these red hat types want us to go back to, it was not good old days. I mean, people drank a lot. Everybody drank back then. If you were constantly drinking, as soon as they, you know, not during the Prohibition times, but even during then, people were drinking. But afterward and beforehand, you were guzzling. It was just part of culture. And so, yeah, it's bad. I mean, Elliot Ness, I only found out about this. Elliot Ness of, you know, I can't even remember what job he did, but crime fighter guy, FBI and all that, fought against Prohibition. As soon as Prohibition was over, he died a hopeless alcoholic. He couldn't break it. And as soon as it was legal, alcohol killed him. It's terrible. So many people. I am just lucky. I am so lucky that I was able to quit drinking, because I could not until I went off and went into an in-house place for 2 months. That's what it took to get me off alcohol. I had to be away where I could not get to it, and then just training every day. If you can't do that, holy smokes. And even at that, I mean, I have fallen. And the shame is not in falling down. The shame is in not getting back up. I've always gotten back up. I have never fallen for long. Sometimes it's just been a day. There was one point a couple years back where I didn't drink as long. I drank for 4 months after my wife died. In fact, I started a week before she died. I was only drinking like 4 cans of Mike's Hard, the Mike's Hard Lemonade, there we are. I was drinking like 4 of those a day. By the time I quit 4 months later, I was drinking a case and a half of those a day. Then I quit because I needed to feel and I needed to stop drinking. That was the only thing that saved me, because I wouldn't have survived the death of my wife had I been able to feel it all happening right then and there. But there have been a few times that things were not good. So I have managed to stay sober, as again, the shame is not in falling down. The shame is in not getting back up. I have always gotten back up. Part of the thing that ended up being an issue was a lot of people were saying, you know, maybe you can be a social drinker. Maybe you can do social stuff. And as an experiment, I tried it. Whoo! Boy, oh boy, ended up circling the death spiral very quickly before I was able to get back out of it. Holy smokes, don't. If you know you're an alcoholic, don't try. I mean, it's been quite some time since I tried that now. I've been well and truly sober again, and that's an awesome thing, but holy smokes, if you barely escape the whirlpool, don't climb back in there. Please. It is intensely important. And then, of course, it's just as a wild thing with my computer again this morning. I honestly don't know what it is, because I'll turn it on, and when it's going to make this propeller bouncing around inside of the case sound, something's not working right. Because when it's working silently, I can hear a whole bunch of parts go like boom, and then I can hear the water moving. And then when something else goes, I can hear the woof, and then rah, and then it's all running, but it's all really quiet. I don't hear any of those things starting up properly sound when I just hear it start going tick, 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 from inside of there. And then I can't let it just go on because it's loud. I have done clips of it being loud, and it's almost been louder than me talking, going, this is the sound of my computer. So I just have to keep turning it on and off until when I turn it on, it just makes the, oh, this part's starting up, this part's starting up, this part's starting up sound, and then it boots up quietly. So eventually, it's just gonna die, likely. I mean, for years now, it started up with every time I turned it on, and that's why I just put it into hibernation mode for months and months and months. Turning it on, every time I did so, it would go, hey, you need to press F2 to go into the UEFI BIOS. Your BIOS is corrupted and gone. And so I replaced the oh, that was a huge lag spike. I hope this is working. But then I went and changed the battery, and it still did it, just not as often. Now it's back to doing it about 2 times out of 3. I boot it up and it goes, hey, you need to press F2 to go into your BIOS. It's gone. Go into the BIOS, it's fine. Hit exit and it says, you haven't made any changes. Are you sure you want to exit? Well, yeah. So I do, and then it boots up fine. So I don't know. I mean, I changed the battery like a year ago. So it ain't the battery. As long as it keeps rebooting, no, I'm not going to complain too loudly. As long as it works. Oh, good golly, Miss Molly. Yes, somebody did say, I don't understand. If you're so broken, how can you make 7-mile round trips to Walmart? I have talked about this many times, but I'll say it again. The only reason I can go anywhere is because I have to tank up on THC. And by the time I do like a 3-mile round, these total 6-mile round trip, but it's 3 miles to Walmart, when I get up to Walmart, I am broken. I generally cannot stop to take a look in any stores because once I've been walking that long, that's all I can do. I only have 20 minutes. 20 minutes of standing in place time. And then I have to sit down for hours. Now, if I go walking, I can walk for 3 or 4 hours, and then I have to sit down 4 hours. And the only reason that I can do that is because I have to take, before I go walkies, about 8 oil dabs of highly concentrated THC oil of 60% plus, anywhere from 60 to 90%. 8 of them. And I have to take pre-rolls with me, and I smoke about 3 of them. The only reason I'm able to do that is because I am tanked up on THC. And even at that, when I get back, I am broken. I can't do anything. I just have to sit here and relax, watch videos, maybe play games, but my back is destroyed. My legs are so sore. I feel good. My body wants to do things. But yeah, I have to do it or I'm going to become totally bedridden or wheelchair bound. It's literally use it or lose it. And my fibro is bad. Along with my back injuries, my nerve damage. I've got nerve damage starting all the way up here where my spinal cord comes out of my head because I've got numb spots on my upper back here. That's damage right up close to your brainstem. And all the way down with the neuropathy in my legs where it feels like my toes or my heels have been attached to a wire coming out of an electrical socket, just I'm a mess. The only reason that I can go walkies is because I tank up on THC. If I did not have cannabis, I would be wheelchair bound at best. Bed bound, most likely. So yeah, I can make my walkies, but I can't do anything afterward. And it hurts like the devil. I just do it because I don't want to become bedridden. That would suck. I've read too much, having worked in healthcare, on the hazards of immobility. Not being able to move, even just sitting in a chair, is so incredibly bad for you. You need to be moving whether you like it or not. So yeah, I do so. But now I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people. It is a range of 20 to 25 because even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand, with my fibro, brain damage from alcoholism, depression, and more, I forget even what my name is. My name is. Now, my name ain't Reginald P. Farquhar. I'm in a heck of a lot of trouble. If I mispronounce your username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're just not good at names. And I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them afterward. I'm going to thumbs up each one I read, answer as many as I can. But for right now, I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. A good comment, a bad comment, and a different comment. A huge lag spike in your webcam software. The fact is you left a comment. Thank you so very much. Calling up my Chrome again. We have Ice Damon, greatly appreciated, and Yamashita Haikichi. I sure hope I'm close. Thank you very, very much. Kenny G Spot, how about that? Vinicius SS, thank you. Dexter Orta, greatly appreciated. Max Demalian, oh, I'm nowhere close, but thank you. Rebellious, greatly appreciated. And Beanbag, thumbs up and thank you. Fox Sin, greatly appreciated. Andrew Nicholas, greatly appreciated. Walking Thieves, better than the floating kind, definitely. Pandora NYC1, thank you so very much. And Sebastian Ferris, greatly appreciated. Shag, ooh, I'm nowhere close, but thank you. And Dezu L337, how about that, huh? Carl Weezer, greatly appreciated. And Potato-tron, thumbs up and thank you. Little Syrup, thumbs up. And Alif Ruthman, greatly appreciated. Thanks Bile, thumbs up. Talita, greatly appreciated. Did that one. Go Fish, greatly appreciated. That one's all in Cyrillic and I don't know how to pronounce it. So Walu, thumbs up and thank you. Wayward Marcher, greatly appreciated. And last but not least, Anti-GG, thank you so very much. Each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. That is a very good thing. Thank you so very, very much. Oh, 17 minutes, 39 seconds. Hopefully I'm going to have a reaction video today. Hopefully. I know I'm going to have a game video of some kind. I'm not quite sure what type of... whether I should stick with the tried and true or go into new stuff. I got new stuff galore, so hey, I'll give that a shot. I've been playing this one game that's very goofy, very silly. It makes me laugh like an idiot because it's so stupid. I think it's like Earth Defense Force 4.1, and you're basically running through a city and fighting giant insects, and it's so incredibly stupid. It's intensely stupid and cheesy and bad writing, and it's terrible, and it's absolutely hysterical. It's fun. I played it way too long last night. It's a good thing. Well, holy smokes, 18 minutes and 21 seconds. Is there anything left that I have to say? I cannot remember. This is actually from, I can't remember the name of the song, it's probably called Seasons in the Sun, but in 1974, like Terry Jackson, something like that, he came up with the song Seasons in the Sun, you know, so it's, we had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the stars on the beach were just starfish out of reach, something like that, and it's a song about, you know, death and dying. You know, and with the wine in the song, like the seasons have all gone. And that made a big impression on me. Even when I was young, songs that were sad and depressing and awful and horrific like this really just made a big impression on me, and I loved stuff like that. I mean, even then, I really liked it because of this stuff. So who knows? Anyway, though, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. Oh, I forgot to do absolutely everything, so none of the normal stuff that I say. Oh well, life is life. So So you take care. I'll see you on the flip side, and maybe next time I'll remember all the stuff that I should say.